Welcome to another edition of Africa Sideways. My name is Big Six Simpson, and we got something.
Please turn left after 300 meters.
Let me turn that lady off a bit. Welcome to another edition of Africa Sideways. My name is Big Six Simpson, coming to you from Belleville in Cape Town, and we've got something quite luxurious. The Audi Q3 S-line, top of the range, 200,000 rands worth of extras. This comes in at $599, but this particular model with all the extras is just under 800,000 rand, and you get a lot of kit with that. State-of-the-art GPS, sunroof, leather seats. It just goes on and on. Every conceivable extra this car's got it. And the 19-inch alloy rims, and it is incredibly smooth, seamless gear changes. The 1.4 turbocharged engine kicks out about 110 kilowatts, and it's adequately powered. Baller and Olufsen system, top of the range once again. Beautiful. This car is really set up for maximum enjoyment. Bucket seats, which aren't too tight around the midsection. A comfortable ride. I spent an hour and a half in traffic the other day. There was some roadworks and a truck accident, and it was very, very comfortable. It's really a nice place to be. The Q3 handles exceptionally well. Good clearance. I think it's almost got 200 mils of clearance. The only problem is for off-roading, it's got quite a long nose, a long front end, so although you've got good clearance, you still can't do really difficult off-roading. It's only front wheel drive, so perfect for gravel. I took it on some gravel and it soaked it up, but once you start going on difficult off-road, even though it's got an off-road setting which gives a bit more low-down grunt and plays around with the traction, it's really just set up for light gravel and mainly city driving. Great family car if you've got two kids, and it's a bit of a head turner as well. This color is quite appealing, and the kids love it. One of the kids says she's never seen a sunroof as nice as this, so it's appealing to all ages and stages. Exceptional brakes, which you need on a car that can do 205 kilometers an hour. 0 to 100 is 8.9 seconds, which is more than adequate. The GPS is very good, easy to find destinations. They've got that slightly gimmicky thing where you can write in cursive on the actual touchscreen, but I find that is difficult to function, and just a good old keypad works perfectly. Air conditioning is set out simply and not difficult to work out. Some cars for older people, I wonder, will they be able to work out how all the buttons operate? But on this car, they've got knobs and dials. There's a lot of options, but it's simple, which makes it easy to drive. It's got electric start button. I prefer a key, but this is the way a lot of the cars are going. It also has the electric handbrake. I would prefer a manual handbrake, which hopefully some of the luxury brands in the future will be looking at, because it's nice to have a manual override. These cars are so electronic that you want something if you have some kind of an error that you can just pull the handbrake up. Very smooth and quiet engine. Audi have really hit the sweet spot here on this compact SUV market. Although this is almost between compact and full-size SUV. It's that sort of middle range. It's got a decent sized boot space, bigger than the T-Cross I drove last week. But I do see some of the shared equipment from the VW and the Audi here. Similar style steering wheel. Touchscreen looks like it's from the same family lineage. but you can also still feel that slight luxurious increase once you step into an Audi. It does feel different. It doesn't feel like driving the VW T-Cross, which is a great car in its own right, but it's 350,000-60,000 rand. It's not going to compete against an 800,000 rand car, and you want to be able to feel a difference, and you certainly can in this truck. Automatic boot, decent boot space, yeah. Full spare tire, that's good for anybody that likes gravel riding. Always good to see. You can fold all these seats down and make quite a big load area. There's a socket here for electrics, tie down hooks. Adventure ready, this Q3, and if you want to close it, touch of a button. One of the optional extras, for 10,000 rand you can get the tow bar. I love the grille on this front car. It really is a beautiful thing. Audi VW really raised the game on styling, but this front end is what I'm a little bit worried about for off-roading. You see how it sticks out of it, but it will help for downforce and whatnot on tar. You can see we've got a camera on the front. S-line. Okay, we're coming up to the highway. Let's see what it is at highway speed. So with that turbo, we're hitting 80, and then that turbo kicks in. It just rockets you up to 100 in no time. Extremely quiet. It's got a 64-litre fuel tank, very good range. I've been driving now for 4 days quite extensively. Went to Franschhoek, and I've still got 230 kilometers left on the tank. Very fuel efficient, this car, for such a high performance vehicle that can be a boy racer or a sensible economical family wagon, all rolled into one. At the moment we've got 8.5 litres for 100 k's fuel economy, and that's with some spirited driving. So with slow 110 to 120 highway driving, you're going to go under 8 k's easily, probably about 7 litres per 100 k's in real world driving, which is good for a car of this size. USB hole. It's also got a micro USB port, which I haven't seen many of those, which is interesting. Would you prefer to have two USBs up front, or a USB and a micro USB? Leave your comments below which you prefer. Here we are at 100 kilometers an hour, just doing just under 2,000 reps. So it really is idling along. That's why you can get the favorable fuel economy is. Just tickles along. Another gorgeous day in Cape Town. Got the skylight open, goes all the way to the back. One of the best sunroofs I've seen. Touch of class with this car. I can't think of anything that I don't like with it. What I would like to see is a quattro version of this car with electronic suspension that can be raised, because then I think this car would be quite handy off-road. But it's got decent clearance, and if it had that quattro, I think it would be very good on sand and sort of grade 2 off-road. But let's be honest, most people that are buying this car will never see an off-road track, and very rarely will do any kind of gravel riding. Very minimal wind noise at highway speeds. It has regular, I don't know if I'm not being able to work it out, but I don't think it has adaptive cruise control. It's just got regular cruise control, which I find to be a little bit weird, because the Tiki one I drove last year had full, I mean not full, but it had active cruise control where it can follow the car in front of you. So I'm a little bit interested as to why this Q3 doesn't have it. But perhaps I'm just not working it out. Leave comment section below if you have one of these with active cruise control. I'd like to know about it, because I'm a big fan of active cruise control on highways, but I find it in the cities it can be a bit of a problem if you're coming around a sharp corner and then you've got traffic waiting for you. It takes a second or two for the camera to register to the car that it needs to stop, and sometimes you just don't have that amount of time if you're coming around a blind corner. Let's put the foot in here at 110, accelerating up to 120. It's seamless, this engine. It's amazing what you can get out of a 1400 engine these days. If you said to me 20 years ago there'd be a 1400 liter engine in a 800,000 rand Q3, I would have said you're dreaming. But they've really come a long way. The one thing about a turbo is, having a turbocharged engine is an extra layer of maintenance. But in terms of performance and fuel economy, it certainly comes to the party. Adequate space in the back, USB ports. Really is a nice place to be as a passenger. Very well made car, all ends up. In terms of drivability, I give it 9 out of 10. Definitely a driver's car. Definitely indeed. One thing about Audi, you got to Audi are good to buy new, but second hand, so what's this up against? It's up against your Nissan Qashqais, your RAV4s. Suzuki Vitara is not quite in this level. This is really your luxury compact SUV. And at the moment, Audi are really the leaders in that regard. I can see them selling a lot of these. Speaking to the GM of Audi a few years ago, Audi are definitely selling more of their smaller cars, the A1s and the A3s and the Q3s, whereas the big Q7s and the more expensive high-level cars are not selling in such numbers with the economic downturn and whatnot. So I expect this to sell very well. And do good numbers for Audi. Looking forward to driving the Quattro version, because I think that thing would be a bit of a weapon on gravel. If I was going to buy a Q3, I'd definitely buy a new one. You want to get it out of the box, you want to get it with a service plan, because if anything goes wrong with an Audi, it can get quite pricey. So best to buy this new with a 5-year motor plan. You got a couple of different modes. You got your comfort, which is self-explanatory, auto, dynamic, individual, and off-road. And then when you bury it in, it's all there. Perfect card for long distance touring, economical, comfortable, and fast when you need it. All in all, one hell of a package. The new Q3 ticks all the boxes. If you're looking for luxurious, functional, stylish, innovative car that does have head turning ability, get yourself a Q3. Catch you next time on Africa Sideways, where we'll be having the more to come next week on Africa Sideways. We're getting the A1 Audi to finish off my little soiree into the VW and Audi world, and then we'll be getting the main Mamma Jammer, the Ford Raptor in March, along with the Ford Everest, and hopefully some other offerings in between. I'm also going to be doing 4x4 overlanding tips with Paul Marsh by popular demand, so look out for that as well, and we'll catch you next time on Africa Sideways.
I think there was a building to the left or something, isn't it? Yeah, there. What is that?
It's just a large Johnny. What's it?
The thing that we went through back there, it didn't say it's interesting there's not, wasn't denoted there, the fence. Oh, okay, so you can go straight and then you can go across.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is where the four-wheel drive track starts. Do you reckon this car can handle it?
Yes. It's not the car that can handle it, it's you.
You reckon?
Yeah, I mean, you have to. Is this the right way to go, or do you want to go the right?
This is the way. This is the route we take to get to the...
If we see something, maybe we could compare it to how, the car. I'll get out and check or something.
Well, let's see how we get on. Jesus, no, this is getting a little dicey. What do you reckon? Not too bad.
Yeah, I think we're lucky so far.
It's also dry, which helps.
Yeah.
Jeez, and this.
Should I get out and have a look?
I think we've got just wait. Just it gets softer. That sand there.
Yeah, it looks alright though. Maybe we need to be careful here. Should I get out and look?
Or should we just go around this road?
Oh.
Well, that's not such a good... Or should we move that rock out of the way?
Maybe just compare it to, this thing will probably sail right over it. It should. It should sail over it.
Put that rock next to the thing, there's quite a bit of clearance.
Yeah, I thought there would be.
I suppose this is like an SUV, it does have a bit of clearance. It just doesn't have four-wheel drive. In the wet you wouldn't have a chance.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Oh, I don't want to scratch this. I think it's just gonna get hairier and hairier.
Nah. It might be easier to turn up ahead. It looks like it's flatter. Yeah, it looks like you might. It looks like you can maybe do it.
Flatter, you reckon?
Well, back there,
No,
there's like a bit of a turning
that's
circle
just gonna
behind.
get rougher and rougher there, man.
Yeah. I can. If you go back, there's a section back there that.
You reckon?
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, it had a sort of a half moon on I think in your side as well. It's close, but it's back about 10 meters or so.